Hi everyone, it's Right Click. Today we're going to be doing a gameplay review for one of my viewers on Mercy. Um, they're a Plat player, they're Plat 1, and it was a Plat to Masters 5 lobby, and they said it's the highest lobby they've ever played in. So I think this is going to be a really good gameplay review, because I think it's going to not only really help PokeLime, who's one of my viewers, um, get a better understanding of what they could be doing better, but I think it's going to be great for other people to see what it's probably like to play in a higher ranked lobby and see a lot of your weaknesses and mistakes exposed. And so I'm just guessing that's what's going to happen, but let's see what happens. And I just wanted to quickly intro myself. So I'm a top 500 Mercy main, and I've played Overwatch for like, I'm trying to do the math. I think it's something like 6 years now or more. And so I really love the game. I've played for a really long time, and I've only ever really solo queued. Um, and so, especially on my main, I exclusively solo queue. And so, if you don't know about me, I stream on Twitch. And one thing I like to do to give back to other people, also, I'm level 1,000. That's kind of cool. One thing I like to do to give back to my viewers is I'll do gameplay reviews that you can earn for free on Twitch. You just have to get to 50,000 channel points, which is, I think, a few months of watching, and a few months of watching like a couple times a week or something like that. And so, for example, PokeLime is redeeming their channel points for this. So if you want to earn one yourself, you can always check that out. All the information related to this will be like in the description below. People can also pay for them on my coffee. It's like $20 starting for the rate. And anyways, I'm a top 500 Mercy main. I stream on Twitch, and I hit rank 1 Mercy in North America in season 6, which was really exciting. And actually, I think one of these seasons I was ranked 2 again, which was kind of cool. I forget which one. But anyways, um, yeah, I play Mercy a lot. I only solo queue, and so I think I have some good advice I can give you guys. And I think this is going to be very, very, very educational. So I'm really excited to get into it. So let's like open this game up, and we're gonna get started. It's a 15-minute game, and if you have any questions at all about anything I'm talking about, please feel free to leave them in the comments, because I review all of them and I answer everything. And yeah, so let's quickly, before the game starts, look at what Pokeline wrote when they requested it. So they said, this was surprisingly a Plat 1 to Masters 5 lobby, and the highest lobby I've played in. I made so many mistakes, and their ball and Freya were bouncing me around. I felt I Velked too early as well, so I am curious about your thoughts on my timings. I definitely made a lot of mistakes, but I feel like this is a good one to review, as I want to see how I can play better to get myself into Diamond. I'm currently Plat 1, my peak was Diamond 3 a few seasons back, but keep bouncing between Plat and Diamond, I think they mean. What do I need to work on? Me and our Life Weaver got split up trying to fight the ball, and we lost some fights because the rest of our team had no heals, and I felt that I just couldn't res. Rewatching, I feel like I should have swapped off Mercy, but what do you think? I went Moira at the end. Please ignore my bot Moira play. I literally was so flustered at the end. I had more deaths than I usually do on Mercy, so this felt like a harder than normal game for me, which makes sense. I mean, you were the lowest person in the lobby, right? And it's a really wide range. And I had 14k heals, 5 and 11 KD. I had some stupid deaths where I just didn't see Freya, which you will see, 36 assists. My Life Weaver was 20 and 9. Okay, lots of stats. I'd like more help on my decision making and how I can play better even though we won. I see my mistakes in the replay, but I want to hear your POV. Love your streams and I appreciate this so much. Much love. Well, Pokemon, I'm so excited to get into this, so let's dive in. And just know, whenever I do reviews like this, they're always with love. And so don't worry too much. We're going to take tons of notes, and there might be times where I say like, oh, don't do this, or oh, don't do that, but I promise they're always with love. So let's swap back, and we're going to get started. Let's swap over to PokeLime.
Round one.
Okay, so actually, just for really quick, your team is rolling out on Mercy Life Weaver, which, to be honest, is one of the worst support comps in the entire game. It's really heavy on like single target healing. There's like almost no offensive utility or pressure that you can apply with these heroes, because Mercy's like really team dependent. Her gun is awful. And Lifeweaver's also, I would say, very team dependent, and his thorns aren't super good either, especially compared to something like Ana or Baptiste, who have like real guns. So your backline is very weak and very defensive, and so your team might struggle a little bit. Just as a heads up, like this is not awesome to roll out on. If you're a player that like plays, I'm not saying for Pokemon, just really for anyone. If you do play Brig, or like any other heroes, really, it can be good to pick them. I'm saying Brig because they mentioned Wrecking Ball is going to be in this game. So if you find like your Mercy Lifeweaver is kind of struggling and you're like, this isn't going well, you can always swap to something like Brig. I'm just calling that out ahead of time. This backline is not super good. But we've got Cassidy, Hanzo, and Zarya, which honestly are all pretty good pocket targets. Cassidy is going to be the best by far that you're going to default to. When Zarya is charged, you can pocket her pretty hard and like help her. And then Hanzo can be really good to pocket for like shield break, or if nothing's happening, he's just spamming arrows. Damage boost can sometimes make him one shot when he otherwise wouldn't, so he can be good to sit on in that circumstance. So anyways, that's why I'd be thinking about going into this. I'm going to mainly sit on Cassidy. I'm going to be blue beaming probably a little bit more than normal because Lifeweaver is going to be hard healing and like healing like a lot, and so you don't want to like force healing too much. If you've seen my videos before, you'll know I do say I heal a lot on Mercy, and so I am just telling myself right now, like, oh, make sure to damage boost a lot in this backline with Lifeweaver. Otherwise, you're going to be like over-indexing on healing and cannibalizing a little bit.
Come here and I will heal you.
Oh my god, did Hanzo just... Oh, I thought he just fell off the map. I think you're doing really great right now. Cassidy should be helping you here. Wow, okay. Honestly, you're just getting like chased around and the cast isn't really paying attention. My biggest thing is I would maybe be like unmuting and saying something. I would say like, hey, Cass, behind you, I'm dying to Lucio. Cass, help me, please, help me. And then you could also say something like, I think he rolls right past the Reaper here. Yeah. Hey, like, help me, please. To be honest, there's not a ton more you can do there. I'm not gonna be like super nitpicky about like the movement or anything, but yeah, you basically had like 2 people walk on you for free in your pocket target, which is a Cassidy that's supposed to counter flankers and stuff like that, wasn't paying attention or really helping you. So I honestly don't really feel like that's your fault. When Bastion is in his form, you really want to look to damage boost that. And I know it's not always possible, but I would definitely like, I don't think you were even like aware that was happening from the way you were like posturing. So I would definitely try to make sure you are keeping an eye out for that. Once you realize you have a Bastion on your team, make sure, basically what I would be telling myself is, I'm going to pocket Cass until Bastion switches into form, and then I'm going to damage boost that pretty much the entire duration. Unless he's like really not in a spot to hurt anyone. It's such a big spike in damage, it's really going to help you to try to like get in the cadence of pocketing Bastion whenever he's in this form. So I would, yeah, okay, he's not really doing anything right now for some reason, but yeah. Okay, you almost died. I don't think you had to go on point there. Okay, I don't know why you were walking towards Freya there. Let's watch this again. Okay, once you see Freya there, I would stop walking towards her and walk towards the natural cover. Because I don't know what happened here, but you saw her, but you still kept walking towards her, which I think is making it easier for her to hit her shot on you. I'm not saying she would have missed or what would have happened, but you definitely didn't make it hard on her. I think, okay, the reality is, yeah, you probably shouldn't have walked in a straight line towards her where she doesn't even have to like aim. She just knows you're moving in her direction, which makes it super easy to hit you. But I think you're also, yeah, you shouldn't have stopped healing Lifeweaver there, I think. But regardless, you should be like at this stage hearing her in your headphones, and you should like be tracking that she's standing there so that you're gonna start using this natural cover. So even regardless of Lifeweaver dying, whatever, like you should be at this stage standing like right here. There's like really no reason to not be using the natural cover. Because you've been like hearing her, you literally saw someone die from her. So I've been like tracking her this whole time, and it's like at this stage you need to make sure you're using natural cover to cut off the sight line. So imagine you were playing right here. This would have been really helpful against her because she would have had to peek a different angle, and it just makes it really hard on her to get you. She like it makes it makes it easier for your DPS to get her off you. So you need to help yourself a little bit here. I think that's the main problem. I'm not sure what happened with Lifeweaver. Let's just double check. So you swap over to Zarya, which is fine. Oh, I see what's happening here. This is kind of unlucky. Oh, yeah, this is kind of unlucky. Kind of, yeah. Specifically the part where Zarya was getting kind of low, so I understand why you swapped over to her. Oh no.
Hunting them down. The numbers do not favor at will. Come on, give me a
Step right up. Thank you kindly.
be uplifted.
Just a minute.
Angel at your
Great, nice
shoulder.
job. So let's take a quick notes break. So what have we discussed so far? So I think, first of all, I think you're like doing a really good job of like pocketing your primary beam target. And to like maximize value out of Mercy. So I would keep that up. I think you're doing a good job of that. I think I would try to like start like using natural cover more often based on like your ability to track the enemy team and their locations. So I would really like to see you choose your position based on the information you have like gathered. So this is like, for example, like audio, visual, like audio in game, like comms from team, like visual effects in game, etc. As well as just like templatizing like how things typically happen. So like all this stuff, you're gonna like gather all this information, like audio noises, your team's talking potentially, what you're seeing, templatizing how things happen, just like they typically go this way, or like they're probably standing here because that's where they stand every time in this type of a fight, or on this map or wherever. Like templatizing how things typically happen in like Overwatch and like even map specific spots. So like choose your position based on that information, and like often that will be in spots where you can like access your entire team, or like your team as much as possible to like help them, while also too like denying access, denying like the enemy team access to you. So this is often like, how do I say? The higher rank you get, the more you'll have to like, I think, rely on natural cover to like survive and mitigate like attacks from mitigate like lethal attacks. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think that was like really the main only issue. I would also say like this is something like everyone makes mistakes with. Just so this is like a nitpick, but like don't like fly onto point with Valk if someone else is, or like don't fly into point with Valk and get too close to heroes that have potentially lethal alts if you like don't have to. So for example, like Reaper on like first point, but like otherwise some other heroes to avoid are like Maga ult, or like our Maga, Orisa, that ult can be really annoying. What else can you like accidentally die to? If you just by like being a little bit mindless and getting too close. And personally, I feel like recently I've been making a lot of these mistakes too. But like Reaper is a good one. But we already said that. I'm trying to think if there's really any other ones. Like kind of like Wuyong. Okay, cool. So that was just a nitpick. Honestly, I feel like you've been doing pretty good so far.
Let me tend to that. I'll cast a spell on you.
Skip ahead. Okay, great. So now this map, this one in particular, a very common like template that you can learn to follow is that often on this point you want to like sim TP to the point. And so just as a heads up for anyone who like is newer or not sure what's going on. So this is bad. So your sim TPs, but no one else does. So this is really awkward. I hope she doesn't die. Yeah, that was kind of weird. So yeah, just as a heads up, it can be good to try to give like to like just calm with your team. Typically I feel like the sim will do that because it's kind of her job, but it ended up working out okay. Your cast is doing a good job of defending you. So one thing, and I like, look, it's a little bit the pot calling the kettle black, but like I would be really, really careful against Freya as Mercy because you're gonna get two-shot by her. I think she can just two-tap you. And so I would be really, really careful on these super jumps, and I make these mistakes a lot too, and then I'm like, okay, I need to be way more safe against Freya. But I would really try to. Okay, also, I would not be standing just like on point here. Sorry, let me finish my first thought. When you're playing against Freya, try not to like stand in places where she can double tap you easily, which is often, especially as you rank up more, going to be like super jumping in the sky because it's very predictable. Same as like Widow, other Ashe, like other hit scans can get you pretty easily. So be very, very careful, especially against Freya, because she will quickly just two tap you and then you're just dead. Like, so I wouldn't even like really scout for her like you were doing a little bit ago. So just be really careful. And then here, I know your Life Weaver's kind of doing this whole thing, but try not to stand right in the middle and turn your back to them. So this is where like I don't love this. You're standing right in front of their whole team. So I want to make sure you can see what they're seeing. So that we've got like Zenyatta throwing his 5 orbs right here. You're turning your back and you're really, really exposed. Like this will not fly in higher ranks typically. So don't turn your back in the lane right here. So it can be okay to turn your back, for example, even like right here a little bit. You don't want to stand here too long, but it can be a good place to reposition to before you GA again around another corner. So more what I'm getting at is like, don't stand on point in front of the enemy team, because again, what are we violating? You can access your whole team here, you're fine, right? Just like where you're standing, but you're allowing the enemy easy access to you. So you're violating the second part of that rule we just talked about like 5 minutes ago. So try not to do that. And there's like a second part to this. So how do you fix this? Like, how do you not, like, what do I do instead? Like, what should you be doing here? I would like cut off the angles as much as possible. So that's why I'm saying even standing like here right now is totally fine. Like no one can really stop you until you GA again. So make sure you're cutting off angles and then use your other GA to go around a corner and get yourself to a safe spot. Or you can even like come back here and pocket like this. Just I would not stand on point because you're making it like easier for them to access you essentially. So like try to make it as hard as possible for them to get to you. And I kind of understand because they do have a Sombra that you want to be a little bit careful, but you don't want to stand on point like this, okay? Like if you really need to stand on point, like you can, like I said, stand here a little bit. You can literally like stand right here for a second or two. You can rotate over a little bit here. I would be hesitant to just turn your back to them. That's not a good idea. It allows this monkey to jump on you a lot easier too. You can grab the health pack here behind you. Yeah, another thing you can do actually on this point, especially if you have, which perk did you take? The movement perk. You can sit in the air for a pretty long time there. Wait, so you guys lose this game? Because I'm like, this feels like it's like almost over. But like, I see it's not. We have 8 more minutes. There's 9 more minutes. Okay, don't let this ball isolate you and Lifeweaver like this. I would let Lifeweaver die there. Yeah, I think you need to heal your team next time. Oh. Okay, hold on. A lot went wrong really quickly. And I'm not shocked because Ball is going to hard counter your team here. Here, before we get into this, I just want to write down the last thing I said so I don't forget. Actually, this kind of just falls into this part. Actually, yeah, it's fine. Use natural cover more. Okay, right here, you need to be really careful. Don't let this ball isolate you and Lifeweaver because you guys have no damage and your whole team's gonna get no support while this is happening. Okay, and also this res is really ambitious. Yeah, you're doing it right in front of Freya. I think the better play here is to just pocket. Wait, did Sim die? Oh, pocket Sim a little bit, but yeah, I mean this is really, really ambitious, and you're kind of just getting cast killed. There are times where it's like totally okay to go for something like that, but not that time. I would say just like wipe that fight. Oh, so this is where it might be a good idea to swap off Mercy if you do play Brig, because Ball is going to be so good into Mercy Lifeweaver. He just gets to bully you guys, bully you guys, and you don't have to. Like, we're not at a rank yet where you have to swap off any hero, really. Like, I think that only starts to happen in like high masters, where you like sometimes have to make swaps because it's just hard to win on your hero. But I don't think we're at that stage yet. You guys are just going to get like hard dove by Sombra, Ball, and like the Freya is gonna snipe you guys. It's gonna be really rough. And I think you even wrote that it was rough. I think you like admitted, you were like, it was kind of painful. Ball, I think, is one of Mercy's hardest counters, and so the way you just like handle that and it just flips the power dynamic back is just pick Brig. I don't want to upset anyone, but I think Brig is genuinely like an easier version of Mercy. Like Mercy's already a very easy hero, so no one get confused that I'm like, oh, oh, Mercy's such a hard hero. She's not, but at the same time, okay, you need to get to your cast here. At the same time, oh my god, I thought I was in Overwatch 1. I haven't seen that fucking thing happen in, I haven't seen that shield come out like that in a really long time. What was I saying? At the same time, Brig is like extremely easy to play, especially into something like Ball. You just get infinite like Inspire. You can boop him around. You can stop his movement pretty hard with like your bash. You just like really counter Ball. So you can just flip the dynamic by just picking Brig.
Heroes never die.
And then he doesn't get to bully you in Lifeweaver like this anymore. Because you guys like have totally, it's 100% the Ball pick, right? You've got totally lost momentum here. Oh, you cannot res like that. You need to keep healing him. I mean, I think he was probably gonna die anyway, but you still can't res like that. What would have been better is try to heal him, and then if he dies, use the rest of your Valk. Like I would like, here, if I was you, I would have gone like really high in the air while I was healing him right now. Oh, this is actually kind of rough. You know what? I don't think I would have even noticed this, but I think the correct play, if you, once you see him start taking damage or something, is to try to use the rest of your Valk to GA to point and try to like help Sim stay alive against Ball and try to hold down the point. I think that's actually the correct play here, but that is really, really hard to see because you're trying to help your casts and your Valk was running out. So that was really awkward timing. But I think maybe the correct play is like to try to heal him as much as you can while like looking to get to point and survive. But it is really hard to see that in the moment. So I don't blame you for trying to help cast, but I do think it, in general, don't res if someone might die if you take your beam off them.
Into the iris.
Because I'm not saying this would have changed anything, but like potentially if you were here, you might have been able to get a res on Zarya. Like, I can see it maybe flipping. It's too bad your Lifeweaver died with Tree though. That was kind of awkward, so I'm not really gonna blame you too much.
Ready for
Okay.
battle.
Ball is really, really bullying, so I think you need to learn to swap off here.
One.
That would be my honest opinion. Because I think at this stage, you need to identify that, like, I am the problem, unfortunately. Like, me and Lifeweaver are just getting, like, bullied around by this Ball. And it's, like, too much of a problem. Like, I play Mercy pretty much always, but it's becoming too much. It's like they're really being very oppressive towards you.
The objective is now.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a dead horse, but like by staying on Mercy and kind of like not being super proactive about avoiding the Ball, you are giving them a win condition, a very easy one, which is just like attack Mercy while she stands in like areas where she'll get booped easily and stuff like this, right? If I were you, if I'm gonna stay on Mercy here, what I would be thinking is, whoa. What I would be thinking is, oh. Whoa, don't super jump against Freya. Okay. What I would be thinking is, how can I be as proactive as possible to avoid the enemy team? So this is why you keep dying. It's I'm gonna say it's like 60% because they're like diving you really hard with ball and like booping you around and making it really hard to play Mercy. But I think it's like 40%, like you're not being very proactive about looking out for them and like trying to avoid them, I feel. So like what would I do instead? Like what is the gap that I'm describing? So I think it's like you need to like think ball is going to go for me, Sombra's going to go for me.
Thanks, Doc.
So I need to stand in spots where like I hear the ball and I'm gonna already rotate to a place where if he rolls towards me, he won't boot me or he won't blah blah blah. Okay, this I think is a really bad Valk. Your team is like nowhere near able to burst ball. Yeah, you're gonna get almost no value out of this, and to be honest, you need Valk. Valk here is an escape for you. This is my get out of jail free card when they dive me, right? You just used your get out of jail free card before the fight even started.
Never die.
I think you're trying to burst kill him with damage boost. That is never gonna happen with ball.
Never die.
Oh wait, I think you were just freaking out actually because you're healing here. So I thought you were doing that to try to like chain damage boost on everyone and like blow up the ball, which is a legitimate strategy against certain heroes. Like if something dives you, like I'm trying to think like a queen or something just runs in. Sometimes you can just Valk chain your damage boost and just blow her up, but not here. You are not close enough to point to be ulting like this, and they are not actually trying to kill you. So you use your get out of jail free card to almost like a bluff from the ball. So he baited your this ult out of you, which was massive, and now you're gonna get dove, I bet. So you have no get out of jail free card, you have no counter to EMP. Yeah, I mean, that fight was, at least on your end, was mismanaged with your cooldown, right? You shouldn't have ulted so early there. Because you need to think about it, a lot of the time, Valk, it's just like to counter certain ults or just to like snowball your team into the fight. That's typically how it's used. It's just like, we want to get some momentum going here. It's just kind of like a team-wide aura is typically how it goes. But in some cases, especially when they're diving you really hard, Valk is a escape tool. It's something you're using to get away from whatever is coming at you, and in against dive especially, you need to like use it a lot of the time as an escape tool. So what you're going to do to get max value out of Valk is you let them dive you let them go for the dive, and then you use your Valk to release the pressure. So you get them to commit to doing a dive on you, because then that means they're not diving someone else, right? So we're not Valking sometimes we're not Valking before the fight even starts. We're gonna wait till they commit to using certain abilities on me, and then I'm using Valk to take those resources away from them that they can't use against your team, and also get out of jail for yourself, right? So sometimes you want to wait a little bit to use it.
Improving your vices.
Step right up.
Okay, also your Life Weaver really needs to stop like dying with tree. I'm not sure what's going on here. Like, what is he dying to? Is he dying to ball? Where is he? I'm confused. I don't even know where he died. I think a little bit after he gets booped, you should top him up, but he's regenerating the health anyway. But yeah, I don't know why he's dying there without tree in last fight. That's really, really bad. He did the same thing on second point, if you don't forget. But you guys are probably, oh, you guys do actually get another touch. Oh yeah, oops, sorry, because your team is 87%. Okay, now we're on Moira. You guys have to get to point here. You. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Make sure you're sucking.
Team kill.
Oh my god.
Time again to try again.
Wait, sorry, this is like stressful. In that last fight, all you have to do is survive and heal your team, okay? Don't be dying to stuff randomly.
We have unwelcome guests on the objective.
I would just pocket cast here, pocket cast, don't let cast die. And suck Tracer. What you want to do on Moira is, because she can't miss against little targets, she's great. She's great against tiny little targets. Especially things that can like deflect, like Genji or something like that. Okay, nice, you ended up winning. But like, yeah, on Moira, main things to think about it are just heal your team, keep that piss on everyone. It does a lot of healing over time, so you kind of just need to put a little bit on them. But when someone's getting dove hard on them with the orb, and then make sure anytime you're not healing, you're sucking. Just hold it down a lot of the time. You suck, 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 suck. And what you want to suck is typically you want to suck like small, tiny little targets. So like Tracer, you should be kicking her a little bit because other people are going to struggle to hit her more. You don't have to aim much on Moira. You kind of just need to get your cursor in the general vicinity. So make sure you're sucking targets like Genji, Tracer, Sombra. You are very, very good into them because you can't miss, and they typically don't have enough damage to like fully one-shot you, and you have Fade as well, and it just really, really helps your team like relieve pressure from them attacking you. So anyways, that's what I would be thinking about on Moira. But okay, nice. Well, you ended up winning. I was really nervous. I thought you guys were going to lose this, but I think your cast, like, to be honest, I feel like your team was the better team. But the only reason it was close was because of the ball swap, which took advantage of your incredibly weak and vulnerable backline, right? Because you guys can't like defend yourselves. You or Lifeweaver are both just like getting run at. So I would be, if I'm being honest, like if you can swap off like Mercy once it's clear she's the reason your team is like losing the game, you can typically tell you're the you like being on Mercy is the problem when you are like repeatedly getting dove / like rushed on and dying, at which point you will want to swap to either like Moira or Brig, depending on what like your team needs / like what the enemy team is playing. In this instance, Brig is a brain dead counter to Ball, as she can like disrupt his movement, stun him, bash him, etc., boop him, etc., which also procs Inspire for your whole team. She is the like better pick here. But Moira is like okay to just like avoid dying if you don't know how to play Brig. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'd recommend. Oh, okay. I would say like also one more thing to start doing is like try to be a lot more proactive about how you're fight planning. So like even if you're being countered by like Ball and Sombra and Mercy, you can still be as like proactive as possible to like position in spots where you are where you force them to like walk through your team or like really chase you to get you, because you can like predict based on, again, like templates of how things typically play out, or like even like audio slash like visual cues, I think. um cues cues cues, I think. um or how things typically play out, or even audio visual cues. I forgot how the sentence was going. Even if you're being countered by ball, you can still be proactive. This is a run on. You can predict what will happen next a lot of the time based on, and like adjust your positioning to like offset the counter as much as possible. And then the very last thing I want to put is your alts I think sometimes are not very good. So stop like Valking before, like way too early. Way too early before the fight starts. You are wasting a lot of the duration, so try to wait a little bit longer, especially against dive. You will want to use Valk against dive as a like get out of jail card. And like on third point, you really waste it against ball when nothing was even happening. Okay. Cool. Cool. So that's everything. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. I'm glad you won. And the only other thing I would just like generally say is I think I can tell you're maybe like, you still need to get used to the faster pace of like a Masters type of lobby. I think sometimes your reactions and just the movement and everything, the whole shebang is a little bit slow. So if you can, it might even help to increase your sensitivity a little bit, because sometimes I see you really slowly turning. It might help a little bit to turn it up, and just try to like look around a little bit more, which will help you start to react to things more quickly. Okay, awesome. Well, I hope this was helpful. I'm gonna link this information, like the notes I put, in the description below, so anyone can check it out. And yeah, please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed. And again, if you want a review of like this for yourself, you can find me on Twitch. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday typically, but sometimes I'll change the schedule. So you can also join my Discord. That's where I ping when I go live, and you just watch on Twitch and you can earn some points that you can redeem for a free one of these, just like Pokélime did. And then you can also pay, which I can show you here on my coffee, which it starts at $20. You can there's like different packages you can buy and stuff that are cheaper and cheaper, or like more ROI. And you can just buy it here and you'll get put to the front of the queue. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys again so much for watching. And Pokélime, I hope you enjoyed, and I really hope this was super educational for you. See you all later, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you can, and share with any friends that might find this helpful too. Because with your engagement, it really helps me continue to like do stuff like this. So thank you guys so much. Have a nice day.